I would fly around the world, but I never could afford something quite that steep.
Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog, a new week. It is Sunday night. We are just kind of getting the trash ready out there. Sarah's back in the room, bedroom's sweeping. Had one of our friends over, and then her brother Cody was here, and we just, for the weekend, we had just a fun weekend. And kind of cleaning up from that, we had the couch this way, so we could have it maybe a little bit more centered to the TV for the gaming that we did, and for the Ohio State game that was on Saturday. And it's just been a crazy week, fun weekend, but now we're getting ready to go into a new week. So this will be my first full week of teaching, and have some things left to do, a few things to finish up stuff for this week. But I'm getting the hang of it, and it's definitely interesting trying to plan for an online classroom instead of a regular one. Definitely something that I'm not used to, but picking things up pretty quickly, and I think it'll be a good semester. I won't really get to see the full length of it play out until the spring, when I have a full time length of time to work with, because I came in late this semester. So I get to work here on a few things tonight, and that way I'm ready for tomorrow. So good morning, guys. It is Thursday, and thought I'd take this time to kind of go through my morning routine with you. Something different. So I normally see Sarah off to work. It's 7:43 right now, so between 7:30 and 7:45. Come in here and throw some music on the dock, get my station up and running. Even though it's a salaried job, I have to clock in because I work from home, so it's more of a red tape issue of, making sure that everybody is up and at 'em, and working during the normal hours that you would work if I were going into a brick and mortar building, school building. Usually get the animals fed, and start figuring out what I'm gonna do for breakfast, and then I have to clock in at 8. So once that hits, then I just kind of nibble on my breakfast while I start looking at what I had to do for the day. And those Ozzy's in the window, and the morning goes on, and hey buddy, 10 o'clock is my first class. I have about 175 kids in that class, and that's the A section. So the class that I teach is Modern World History, and there's an A section and a B section. The A section are the kids that are freshmen, they're taking this for the first time. And then the B section, which is at 2:15, that's kids that are either they've started up in this school and they missed the A section, or they're taking this again for various reasons. So for the most part, most of them have already taken B, this section of the course. So it's kind of a review for them, but I still have to go through everything. So but the perk of it is that I don't have to teach all throughout the day, and I don't teach every day. My A section I teach at 10 is 10 to 10:45, so it's only 45 minutes. I teach that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then my B section is 2:15 to 3, and that's Monday, Wednesday, and then I have live help sessions. So the way the class works is I'm on a webcam, and I have a headset microphone, and I teach just like I would in a regular classroom. And they can see me and hear me, and they can ask questions in the chat, and there are different tools on the website that I can use to make it more interactive. And I'm trying to pick that up and learn it. But on the days that I don't do class, I have a live help session. So it's the same concept where I go into a live, like a virtual room, and they can pop in if they have any questions about anything that we've been going over, or if they need something clarified on an assignment, things like that. And they can come and go as they please. I'm in there for usually about an hour during the same time period every day. And Fridays are essentially they're professional development days. I don't do professional development activities every Friday. I actually have yet to do one. But usually once a month I'll travel to Akron, where the office is based, and just do different things. It just depends on what's going on at the time. But Fridays are usually have a meeting in the morning, like a conference call in the morning, and then have the rest of the day to work on lesson planning and grading and things like that. But being that I just started, I'm not quite into that routine yet of getting grades taken care of, because we haven't done much yet. We only just started. Yeah, it's just been an interesting process so far. It's been just over a week since I started with being in contact with the students. They seem to like me. A few of them have told me that I'm cool, or that what did the one kid say? I can't remember. It made me laugh though. And that's the thing too. They, in being that they communicate through the chat, it's just they're typing it and then they send it. And with 175 kids, it's the chat goes by very quickly, so I can't catch everything that is written from them. So, but it's fun to just see kind of how they interact. And of course they're freshmen, so it's that age group. But yeah, so it's fun so far. Today's Thursday, so I have no live class today. I'll have live help for both classes. So what I'll do is, like I said, I go into the virtual room, and I sit there, and then I'm working on other things, but I'll periodically check in and out. And if somebody comes into the room and says, "Hey, Mr. Pratt, I have a question," or whatever, then I can stop what I'm doing and help them. And so it's nice that I can multitask and get things done still. I don't have to just sit there looking at a screen waiting for somebody to pop in. So, but my hope is that I can finish planning not planning, but making the presentations that I put on during live class. I hope that I can get those done today for the next unit, and then that'll take care of my planning for the next 2 weeks. And then I can move on to doing Unit 3, and the ones after that. And hopefully, the plan is that I can get my planning done by the end, or like by Thanksgiving, for the whole semester, just because once November 30th rolls around, that's kind of the day that I've earmarked as submitting the manuscript, the final version of it, and for a December 11th release. That's the deadline for November 30th is the deadline for Kindle pre-order. It has to be in at least before 10 days before the release date. So Amazon goes through and checks, make sure it fits within the genre and there's nothing wrong with it and the formatting's good and everything. So finding cat and dog hairs on me this morning, it's weird. But so I'll submit the final manuscript on November 30th, that Monday, and then once that's done, then I'll start working on the next book. So if I can clear up my schedule on the teaching side of it by that time, and I'll still have things to do, obviously, and I'll be teaching every day, but if I can get to that point of having most of my stuff done, that way my evenings and weekends are freed up, then I can start implementing my writing plan for this next book. I really want to try to push for 500 words during the week, so 100 a night, essentially, and then 1,000 on the weekend. And if I can write like I was writing at the end of this manuscript of Imminent, where I would be cranking out 1,000 to 2,000 words every time I'd sit down to write, then I should be in pretty good shape. And then you figure 30 weeks, about 6 or 7 months, that would be, at that pace, that would be about 45,000 words. So that's usually the goal that I shoot for when I'm writing these books. And if it comes to that, or if it's over or under, whatever, and the story's told, I let it go, and then I go from there. So we'll see what happens and how everything pans out. But then, of course, after New Year's, on I think it's January 4th, is that Monday? I think that's when the next semester starts, and then I start over again with the new class. But it'll be the majority, if not all, of the kids from Section A will be in Section B in the spring. I might have a Section A if I have kids transfer in, or if some of them don't pass Section A. But that's just something that I have to figure out when the time comes. I have no idea of knowing that now. So that's kind of what I do in the morning, and that's kind of where things are kind of going right now, planning wise with the teaching, with the writing. So that'll be it for this vlog. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate that, and it helps me figure out how many people are watching and interacting, and what kind of videos you like. I try to vary up what I do, but sometimes it's just in the daily routine of having to be here and doing what I'm doing and everything, it's sometimes can get monotonous, and I try not to keep it that way. But I appreciate the support, and if you do give it a thumbs up, I appreciate it. If you are not a subscriber yet, please subscribe. That way you can catch my videos when they're posted. It's usually every Friday, and I just talk about teaching, is what my job is now, and my writing that I do, and the projects that I work on. I also try to talk about travel. I'm not traveling anytime soon. The last trip I took was last winter, but I've done a few trips in the past as well, so I like to try to throw some of that in there for those of you who like to travel or are wanting to travel. So yeah, but you can check out my website, and all that stuff's in the description below if you're interested, if you haven't yet gotten to look at my books or my blog or anything like that. But thank you again for watching. I'm going to get going to work now, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.